Hello, this is wmpyr here to talk about technique number 22, the matchbox attack. So this is military combatives style. It comes from the book Get Tough: How to Win in Hand-to-Hand Fighting as Taught to the British Commandos and the U.S. Armed Forces. It is written by Captain Fairbairn. Okay, so this book has just been a strong influence and has left a strong impact on me ever since I read it in you know in the 90s, actually, in the early 90s. And yeah, it's just one of those things that has stuck with me all these years. So this technique number 22, the matchbox attack, wasn't something that that I thought was like, wow, this move is excellent. It wasn't one of those that caught my eye back in the day, because there's other techniques in this book that I was more wowed by, more impressed by. But this one right here, I want to revisit it and kind of give it some thoughts, share some thoughts with you guys. So, okay, as you can see in figure 75, there's a Nazi officer right there who's pointing a pistol at you. So, at this point, it looks to me like you've been captured. Okay, you've surrendered at one point. You've been captured. So the guy, I'm sure, has no problem shooting you, but at this point, mainly, he's just exhibiting control. And but the fact that the guy has a pistol on you, this is still a life or death situation. And the fact that the matchbox attack is being recommended in a life or death situation, this must be a pretty powerful technique, is my first thought. Okay, and then the next thing is, why a matchbox? And no matter how I think it, I can't see the matchbox really giving like your hand structural support, or enhancing your fist in any way, or making your attack with the fist like more powerful to it hurts the enemy more. I don't really see the matchbox doing any kind of like physical contribution like that. I believe it's more psychological. So the enemy sees the matchbox in your hand and goes, okay, this guy, he's about to light a cigarette or something, so this guy's not trying to attack me. Whereas if you had a wine bottle in your hand, then maybe he's going to be a little bit more cautious. So I believe the matchbox is there to, not raise suspicion. Okay, so it is a deceptive tool that's in your hand. I think that's really cool, very interesting. Now, the next thing is, let's look at the actual technique. And once again, back to figure 75. That, to me, it looks like a ridge hand strike. A ridge hand, that is something that Taekwondo people do, and I've seen, I've met some people who they like that technique, and they're very, very good at it. I'm not one of those people, but I have trained with those guys enough that the ridge hand has earned my respect. I know that it can be quite powerful. There's a really good YouTube video with Chuck Norris and Benny the Jet, and they're working out together, and Benny the Jet is like holding the pads for Chuck. And I think this is a part of an instructional video where Chuck is like showing his favorite moves and stuff. In it, Chuck Norris demonstrates the ridge hand techniques at least twice, and you can see that it is a very powerful move. So in here, I mean, the idea is basically to knock the guy out so that he can't shoot you. And, they're basically recommending it, saying you're going to have a pretty decent chance to knock him out if you do it right. So the ridge hand, I was never good at, but if you practice it, and you train it, it can be very, very powerful. And the fact that you're combining that with the matchbox as deception, very, very interesting technique. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.